In the American presidential election, will your portfolio be a winner or a loser? The vote for the American presidential election takes place on November 3rd, 2020. The votes themselves may not be counted until mid-November. What does the election mean for your investment portfolio? Is now the time to be a buyer or a seller? The laws of gravity don't apply to this election. Why? Because it's an uncertain time. You have the pandemic, you have older candidates, you have uncertainty in global markets, and you have a very close election in the United States. The old rule of thumb was that Republicans were generally better for investments and for business, while Democrats were better for higher taxes and more benefits from the government. I don't think those rules apply anymore. I think they did at one time. I think what applies now is that it's been uncertain because of the pandemic, and the real question about your investments, how the election will affect your portfolio, is what does it mean for the pandemic? At a difficult time, I don't want to sound like Pollyanna, because I know the pandemic has meant a lot of suffering for a lot of people around the world. At the same time, it will not last forever. And if it diminishes in the next 6 to 8 months, regardless of who wins the American election, it will be a positive for your portfolio. At a time of uncertainty, the best strategy for your portfolio is diversification. And what does that mean? That means no one asset represents a large percentage of your investment assets. Diversification also means some stocks, some bonds, some real estate, some cryptocurrency, some gold, whatever it is that you like to invest in and feel comfortable investing in, but not so much in one company, one asset class, one cryptocurrency, that it comes to dominate your portfolio. It's been a difficult time in world investment markets, but I am slightly optimistic that 2021 could perhaps be a better year for investors. Why do I think that? I don't think the pandemic lasts forever, bad as it has been. And I think with less uncertainty for health reasons will lead to more certainty in certain financial markets. Politically, the American election may be a wild ride. Put on your seatbelts. At the same time, if you look longer term, there are good companies, there are people doing interesting things, and there are interesting investments for you to investigate, and perhaps, if you're sure that there's something you want to own, to buy. That's all the time we have today on The Investment Advisor. I'm your host, Matthew Stevenson, in partnership with Dukascopy TV. Remember, money can take care of you. It cannot take care of itself.